Hey, y'all. Hey.
Hey, guys.
Look, welcome to The Real Season 2
The
of
Real
That's
Season
Right.
2.
I'm Crystal.
And I'm Elisa.
And we are
That's Right,
your favorite sister podcast. Look, so Lisa, look, y'all. So you cannot, I'm going to just tell y'all, you cannot jump into Season 2 if you've not watched Season 1 and watch our little pre-season teasers.
Yes, our teasers.
We're not going to revisit that stuff.
Yes.
We're not going to revisit talking about our husbands and our boyfriends and our kids and our jobs. We talk about new stuff this season, right?
Yes.
And our pre-season gave you a little glimpse into what we're about to do.
Mm-hmm.
Look, we changed the little setup. Lisa, look, do you feel comfortable, Lisa?
Very comfortable. I feel homey.
Yes, you look comfortable, Lisa. You look great, Lisa.
Yes, you look wonderful,
look,
sis.
Thank you. Okay, look. No, for real. So we changed the setup a little bit because we went with another production company. Not that y'all need to know all our business, but we're a family.
Yes.
No, for real. So we went with another production company. Weren't thrilled with everything, and that's why y'all got those teasers, because we did spend a lot of money getting those made, so we wanted to put them out. And then you guys have been looking for content, right? Like, we're getting messages looking for the new content, so we did put that out. We didn't want it to go to waste. Content bomb, because we bombed.
It was great.
So
it was great.
We wanted y'all to have that little piece, but then we said, look, we coming with something great. So we have come with the new set, and hopefully y'all like it. Hopefully y'all feel like you're a part of the conversation. That's what we want it to feel.
Yes. We're
not trying to like do an interview or anything like that. Like, we want y'all to feel like you're part of That's Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Now look, okay, Lise.
What we talking about?
Okay, look. Again, if you have not watched Season 1, you have not watched our pre-season teasers, you're going to be lost. I will tell y'all. The very first season, the pre-season teaser was about parenting adults. So we put a little clip out, Lise.
Yes.
Clip did well. But the number one comment we got, now I'm talking all about parenting adults and stuff like that. Y'all, let me tell you what y'all was stuck on, because y'all know y'all be stuck on something. What were they stuck on, Lisa?
What water was you drinking?
Look.
What water was you drinking, honey?
Whole time I'm drinking Publix water. Whole time. No, I'm kidding. I'm not drinking Publix water. I mean, I do drink Publix water for real. No shade, Publix, no shade. No, for real. But no, like, y'all were really into saying that I look young. And let me tell y'all how I appreciate y'all. I try to look young.
That beauty.
Yeah. No, for real. So that's what y'all was on. Like, me looking young. So, Lise, I don't know. I feel like I look my age because Black don't crack, and I'm a Black woman. Yes. So I do feel like I look my age. But people, were saying they thought I was in my 20s, my early 30s. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
Yes, they were.
Wait a minute. I didn't realize I looked that young.
Okay.
No, for real. But then it got us thinking, y'all. Got us thinking a little bit about age and aging. Because we're not young. I'm not in my 20s. I'm in my 30s. So we're not young like that. Like, let me say this. I still feel young.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will tell you just quick, so you don't have a story. Real quick story, Lise. The other day, I was in court, and I had this girl on the stand on cross-examination, and it was a whole issue about whether or not she did drugs and whether or not she dealt with people who did drugs. So I said, she was like, oh, yes. And there's a child involved. So she was like, oh, yes, I have a roommate. And so then I said, me just being snippy, whatever. Does your roommate do drugs? She was like, no, she's an old lady. And so I was like, okay, because at my age, I'm thinking like old, maybe like 80s, whatever, something. Okay. I said, well, how old is she? Got humbled real fast. That girl said, like 47.
Oh, no.
Let me tell you something. When this 23-year-old little girl, when she said like 47, I was like, burst out laughing. Whole courtroom just burst out laughing, because I was like completely taken aback. But I'm like, okay, that's what little kids are thinking old is now.
Okay.
So, okay.
Oh, Lord.
But,
okay.
I wouldn't trade being in my 40s for anything.
Oh, my God. Really, sis?
Mm-mm.
Ooh, I don't know if I can agree with you on that one.
Ooh, Lisa!
Oh, yes, sis. I do not know. It's been a hard pill for me to swallow.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
Telling the truth and shaming the devil.
So, Lise. Look, y'all ain't know about this one. Okay, Lisa, I'm gonna put my feet up in a minute.
Yes,
Lisa.
It's been a rough ride for me.
So let me Lisa, I didn't know this is taking a turn. So boo.
No,
all jokes aside, for real. Okay, we're in our 40s.
Yes,
I'm
we are.
I'm a touch older than you. I'm not gonna go there.
We're not gonna go to the age bracket this season.
Boo. So
yes.
you're not loving it. You're not. What is it? Flirty and 40 or something. You don't feel like that.
Well, appearance wise, I feel like I look good.
You look great.
Thank you.
Yes, honey.
I do. I feel appearance wise, I look great, but I struggle with the age.
Just the
number, and I find myself getting way more paranoid at this age too, because honestly, internally, you do have some effects. Things do impact you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
we're not at menopause age.
Listen, it's been bothering me because I've called you with this menopause question a couple of times.
Lisa, you are not experiencing menopause. We're in our 40s.
Do you feel this? Because I don't know. I feel like I'm about to go through menopause. I've questioned it with you. And I feel like I'm going through menopausal stage because, all of a sudden at this age, I'm starting to lose hair.
Everybody
my hair on my head.
Actually going through menopause, please excuse Lisa.
No.
Okay, hair loss. Okay.
That has to be some type of menopausal phase.
Lisa, sweetie. It's them sew-ins.
It's them sew-ins. And I do wear them sew-ins. I do wear them sew-ins for real. And then my hair is soft and it's thin. So, that could possibly be true. Thank you. It possibly might be true. Mm-hmm. But I do struggle with those type of things. Like, I do feel like hair loss may be a cause of age. Mm-hmm. I've picked up weight. Like, my metabolism is not the same.
Oh, girl.
When I was probably mid 30s, I was hitting I was weighing probably about 135 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Good, petite. You remember this, right? Petite. Could get up and do anything. Now that I'm in my 40s, I've picked up like 60-something pounds, and I'm wearing that weight. Although, it may look good on me, I'm wearing it now. So if I'm standing for a long period of time, you can feel it in my feet. Like, I have to sit down. Gosh. I have to take breaks. I feel that's coming with age. I'm starting to, I don't work, well, when I was younger, I worked out a lot. I was in a whole bunch of activities, right? I danced, whatever. I played sports. And now, since I've had kids, I just haven't had any activity like that. And so now that I'm trying to work myself back out, I'm trying to get my cardio up, I'm trying to work out, trying to build that lifestyle into my regimen. Every time I'm going to work out now, I can't last more than 5 minutes. Literally, I'm out of breath.
Well, what are you doing? Like, I can work out for 30 minutes sitting on a bike, riding it. What type of workout? Are you doing high intensity?
I probably could. Yeah, I'm like running. Running. Running for 5 minutes. I can't do. I'm literally out of breath.
Like sprinting, running, or just like a nice jog.
Jogging, sprinting. Like, I might start off fast and then start slowing down because I just can't go no more.
Right.
But trying to push myself running, and I literally can't go past 5 minutes, and I feel like my cardio is just not there. Like, my heart is not, it's about to give out on me. Like, have to drink water, struggling with this age.
Please.
Struggling with this age, okay? Straight struggling.
Lisa said her heart about to give out on her. Go ahead, Lisa.
Please take me serious.
No. Look, when I call you from the hospital.
Please take me serious. I had a heart attack
trying to run.
I'm not playing with it. I'm dead serious about it. So, yeah, I mean, I can go on and on, but I didn't want to cut you off. I know you started off, but I definitely disagree with you with like I said, I look good.
And do.
I feel good because I look good, but I definitely physically go through a lot of paranoia with being in the age bracket that I'm in right now. I really do.
We're in our 40s.
I'm steady, calling the doctor. They're probably tired of me, for real, with different things. I'll call the doctor for anything, because once you get past a certain age or to a certain age, you're still trying to learn your body. Your body really starts playing tricks on you. You start feeling things that you've never felt before. And so if I feel anything, I'm calling the doctor. I remember, yes, I'm paranoid. I'm calling the doctor. So it was probably last month. I started getting dizzy.
Right. Okay,
I think I
remember
was telling
that.
you, I just start getting dizzy, and I let it go. I start seeing little dark spots, and I let it go for a day. But I still intermittently kept feeling dizzy, and so one morning I woke up and I kind of got up a little fast, but I felt faint then, and I'm like, okay, this is getting a little serious. So I took myself to the emergency room. I took myself to the emergency room, and by that time, of course, every time you get to the doctor, you're okay.
Right.
So I'm telling them the stories, the symptoms, and everything, and so they hook me up to the EKGs, monitoring me. They give me some, I don't know, some medicine. I don't even know what it is at this point, but we're talking, and they're like, "Girl, go home. Ain't nothing wrong with you." Everything fine. Blood pressure
Even
fine.
with the dizziness?
Yes. Like, they didn't give me anything. What they did say is it could have been possibly vertigo.
Okay, I remember that.
Yes, they said it could have been vertigo. But other than that, pretty healthy, nothing really wrong. But vertigo had to have come at this age too. Like, where did that come from? And with experience in that, I think it runs. My mama has that too.
Okay.
And I have a friend, an older friend, who actually has vertigo, and that is really actually nothing to really play with.
Right. No, I agree.
Vertigo will take you down.
I agree.
Vertigo will take you down, and that's coming with age. So anything that I feel, sister, I'm telling you, I am at that doctor at this age.
Now, dizziness, no, I think you go to the doctor.
Yes.
I'm not a huge run to the doctor person, other than a gynecologist. Let me tell you something.
Quick.
If anything is off, I'm like, oh, I need an appointment ASAP.
Yes.
And so, but I don't really, honey, my arm gonna have to fall off. I'm gonna have to.
Ooh, sis, you cannot say that to me.
Primary care physician.
But
let me say this,
age,
and it's true. I remember, I felt like I was having a heart. I was younger, and I felt like I was having a heart attack or something was going on with me. So I did go to the doctor, and he said, "Do you sit at a desk all day?" And I did. He said, "Do you lean on your arm, on your left arm?" I said, "I do." He said, "That's all it is." He said, "Lower the arm of your chair and stop leaning on it, but it feels like it's your heart and it's the muscle and your just the pressure on it or whatever." So, but. And let me say this, I can say that I'm not like that, but I haven't had a chance to have to visit a primary care physician. I haven't had issues where I would have needed to do a primary care physician. So I'll give you some grace.
Definitely give me grace. Definitely so. But no, sis, for real. At the age that we are, you still, regardless of whatever, still should be going to your healthcare provider to get your annual checks up.
I am going to the doctor. I'm saying I don't call them for everything.
Okay, so you're going. Okay, I thought you just referring to the GYN.
I'm saying that if I feel an inkling of anything, I'm calling my gynecologist. Hey, there's a little soreness here. There's something. And I will say, because I had fibroids before. You know what I'm saying? And so then I had a whole lot of life stuff happening. So I am very sensitive to that. Anything else, I'm just going to wait till it's time to go see a doctor, unless I need to see it. For real, But yeah, I don't...
As long as you're getting your annual checks. It's very imperative, we as women, that we get our annual checkups.
Lisa thinks this is a doctor podcast.
Well, I'm paranoid.
Not a doctor podcast.
I'm paranoid. At a certain age, you just got to go to the doctor.
Healthcare
you
podcast.
See. There's a lot of men out there, honestly, who don't go to the doctor because they feel like they're healthy.
How do you know that?
What do you mean?
How do
you don't know men in this world?
I do. I know a lot of them.
Well, I know a lot of men that do not go to the doctor. You got to force them to kind of go to the doctor because they feel like, oh, I'm okay. Unless something is going on. But cancer is a silent kill. You have to go to the doctor to get your blood work and everything.
This took a turn.
Well, at one point.
This episode has...
We're talking about age.
Do not. This is not the barometer by which you should measure. That's right. What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
We're talking about age. Cancer is a silent killer.
It is. You got to go to the doctor and you got to get yourself checked out regardless. Annually something. Okay. Save yourself.
Thank you, Dr. Wright.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Lawyer Crystal.
You great. Dr. Crystal. Dr. Crystal Wright, Esquire. Crystal Wright,
yes. Okay. That's one time.
I have a doctorate.
Yes. Okay.
I'm not
in all due respect. Yeah. Okay, we are talking about age though.
No, right? I'm being silly.
I know.
I absolutely think that you're right.
Yeah.
I definitely think you, more so than at 20, at where we are, you need to be going to the doctor for real. You need not be thinking that just because you're walking around here skipping and it's fine, there's not something going. So I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. But sis, okay, I'm sorry, really honestly. That was all my paranoia expressions. Really back to you, because you definitely gracefully enjoy being the age that you are.
I do.
And I took that away from you, and I'm sorry. So,
no,
like,
I wanted to explore. Because honestly, I don't know that I knew you had an issue with your age. I'm just learning that together. This is welcome to the couch.
Okay.
That's right. Like, we're all learning this together.
Straight transparency.
But no, I don't know that I knew that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that I didn't. Mm-hmm. That breaks my heart for you.
Yeah.
Because you're just going to get older, boo.
I know. Don't tell me that. No. I don't want to hear it.
Alisa. Are you kidding?
I am so serious.
We already been there. I don't want to go back down. I don't want to go down.
In the late 20s and 30s. Like,
what is your life?
I don't know.
I'm gonna pray for you.
I love prayer.
And not even being facetious.
I love prayer.
I am having the best time of my life.
I can't say that I am, but I'm still paranoid in the mix of it.
So are you okay? So y'all, I would never go back to being any. Like, I look forward to getting 50 and 60. Honestly,
God. Sorry,
Lisa.
I'm trying. I'm trying to have this conversation with you right now, sis.
Alisa,
really, sis?
Alisa, right?
Okay, I'm gonna listen.
Here's why. No, I want you to talk. I cannot believe you are so taken aback by that.
I am.
No, I'll be honest. I look forward to being 50 because I'm having a great time in my 40s. Like, this is I have the most money. I have the best. Like, I have the best life. I know God more. I'm having more experiences.
I feel you.
I have the best life. Mm-hmm. And so, like, for me, when we talk about aging and embracing that, and I don't know that it's about embracing it. I'm gonna make it about embracing it. Mm-hmm. For me. When we talk about age and embracing that, like, what that looks like for me, I would never go back to being as naive as I was at 20, Absolutely. Right? Mm-hmm. And so, and I was smart at 20. Like, I was a smart woman, but nothing like the life experiences. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you can't really take advantage of me now, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm a good judge of character and a great discerner of spirits now. And so I know, when I was younger, I'm going to say this. I was real no nonsense when I was younger. Mm-hmm. I was very much like, I'll cut you off. Like, I don't have time for BS and, whatever. That's who I was as in my early 20s, early to late 20s, early 30s. Now I have, like, patience with people. Mm-hmm. And I grant them more grace. Mm-hmm. And so because I've seen more. And I understand how life can beat you down. And I understand how sometimes you're a product of your circumstance. Mm-hmm. So I grant more grace. Now, I may not always stay in a situation after, someone has, done whatever. But I'm a better, like, discerner of spirits. And I have more patience with people. I also know myself better. Mm-hmm. And so I'm a big time self-reflector anyway. Mm-hmm. But when I was younger, I've always been a self-reflector. Like, even in school, people would talk to me about, like, wow, you're such a good self-reflector. Mm-hmm. When I was younger, I would take pains if people would say things about me or whatever. I'm not the type of person who is like, well, that ain't me. That can't be me. No, because it can be. Like, it can absolutely be you. Absolutely. And so when I was younger, I would take more pains with trying to look into who I am and care more about what people thought and not really know how to categorize that. Now people still have opinions because I'm still living this earth. Yeah. Right? But what do I do with those opinions? Like, if I have a couple people saying the same thing, I'm definitely checking it because I'm like, okay, maybe this is you. But then I know now to look at the character of the person, look at the motive of the person, and then I'm able to stop and say, okay, well, this I can either accept this and say, okay, maybe I do have some areas that need work, or I can discard it and say, okay, this didn't come from a pure place. Yeah. The motive was bad. Absolutely. And so for me, I love the life lessons that aging has taught me. I am not afraid to age. Now, I want to age beautifully. Okay. I want to always be beautiful and feel beautiful, yes, right? Because I know that beauty is an eye of the beholder, but I want to wake up and feel beautiful, even with the weight. Like, I've gained a ton of weight. My husband and I were just talking today about, like, I want to lose some weight. I'm supposed to be cutting out sweets and carbs. You know, because look, we're in our 20s. What happens? You're in your 20s. You not eat a meal, you fine.
Yes.
Baby, 40s, you can skip 30 meals.
What?
And it's like, why is this right thigh still right
The
thigh-in?
The
You know what I
struggle
mean?
is real.
So I don't. It is harder. I have found it definitely harder to lose weight and hard, but that's
yeah.
I don't is and I will be very transparent here since we're all family.
Mm-hmm.
I struggle. It's one end. I don't want to say struggle, but I think right one end of the spectrum. Sometimes I just because my husband don't nobody think I'm fine like that man think I'm fine.
That's right.
So he was like, "Baby, I don't care." I'm like, "Oh, baby," because I ask my husband all the time, like, "Do you feel a way about my weight?" He's like, "No, you look good. You look so good." You know, he's always touching, grabbing, whatever. So I do. Sometimes I'm just like, "Shh, you know, you don't have to worry about how fine you are. Like, leave that to the young girls." I have those thoughts. And then I'm like, but you know what? It's not about him. It's not about the way someone else looks at me, the way someone else. How do you feel? And so ultimately, I want to be as fit as I can be, right?
Absolutely.
With as little effort as possible.
Little effort as possible, yes. Like you was in your 20s.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the catch-22 is that like, and I remember, look, I know you, because this is a thing that people do. When you're young, you eating your cake or whatever, and people are saying like, that's going to go to your hips when you get older. A moment on the hips, was it a moment on the lips, a lifetime on the hips? And I used to always be like, oh my God, you're old and fat. Like, don't tell me a moment, whole time looking at my hips now.
Looking at the hips.
Whole time looking at the cake from the 20s on these 40 hips. But that's the extent of, I'm not afraid of aging. Like I said, it comes with the wisdom of all of these years. You know what I'm saying? I think it has made me, like, I'm a good person.
Yeah.
And I think it has made me a good person, the years of experience. And that's why I wouldn't take back, like, and then, I mean, I guess I'd say in my 20s and 30s, boo, I had no money. And like early 30s. I had some late 30s, but I had no money. So for me, I want to go back to that. Like, if I could, would I be younger? Yes. If I could take all the knowledge I have, all the wisdom I have, all the money I have, but I wouldn't.
That age.
But it would only be. But for what? Like, what would be the point of going back? Like, what would be the point if you could? If someone came today and said, "Okay, Lisa, I'll take you back to 26." Take you back to 26 with the job you have now, the car you have now, the life you have now, but you're 26. What's the advantage?
Preservity.
Well, you want to stay on this earth longer?
I mean, God, it's only God's plan on how long we're gonna be on this earth. But just like I was explaining earlier, it's more for me like a metabolism thing, a body thing. Like, I feel like as you're getting older, your body starts breaking down on you. Your bones start getting frail. So preservity is what.
But you're gonna hit 40 again.
Okay. That's fine.
So you gonna keep going back to 20?
Why not? Why not? Let's do that.
Oh, that's interesting. So I'm just being honest because
I'm just saying, you know, like there's a saying where people say, only if I could turn back the hands of time.
But that's more for like knowledge and experience, right? Like, and let me say this. I don't know because I ain't taught everybody. But I do feel like when people say that, it's like, because if I knew then what I know now, it's the hindsight is 2020 type thing. It's in my experience, Lord, I can't speak for everybody. In my experience, those things are said not so that I can preserve my body, unless, you know, if I knew not to smoke or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Those types of things where you are suffering a serious ailment as a result of something that you did in your 20s. But most of the time when that's being said, it's literally on the strength of wisdom. Because I say that all the time, like my kids, the way they know God, if I knew God and had the faith that I have now in my 20s, oh, baby, I'd be something dangerous at 40. Right? Like, I would be much, and I'm dangerous now, but imagine having 20 years of this, having tried and tested God by his word for 20 years and not really diving, because I really got into God in my about 36. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, I was into God, but like where I know him now, where I'm rocking with that faith, about 35, 36. If I knew that at 20.
Exactly.
If I had known the Lord the way I know the Lord now.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
I feel you on that.
But that would be, and again, but I don't think that has anything to do with my body. But I mean, I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. I'm just curious.
Yeah, no. I feel what you're saying. Absolutely. Yeah, if I was go back to that age, I would definitely want to take all the good things, whatever I'm have at my 40s, and apply it to me at my 20s or 30s and live my best life, you know.
Do you feel like you're not going to, like, with the age issue or what you're deeming as an issue, do you feel like you're not going to be able to, like, be a benefit to your grandchildren, or is it just a personal you thing?
It's just a personal me thing.
Okay.
It is really
Okay.
just a personal
Okay.
thing.
That's fair.
Like, I am doing great in my
Mhm.
life.
Mhm.
Just like you said,
Right.
as you get older, you live and you learn, you
Mhm.
pick up lessons and
Right.
to teach your children, you become
Mhm.
more wiser and everything.
Mhm.
Like, I'm there,
Mhm.
totally there. So I would definitely want to trade that for
Right.
nothing. It's just more of
You be fine.
it's just watching your kind of your body almost break down
Mhm.
though, because you really don't have no control over your body. I
Mhm.
mean, of course, you try to stay healthy and things like that, but your body's gonna shut down on you.
Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty ominous. Pretty doom and gloom.
It really like my knees,
And I don't think.
my knees.
Let me tell you something. That's weight. That I
That's
mean,
great.
look, I know that
Okay.
I can't stand up and curl my hair for a long time in the back. My back hurts. So my husband, I have a
Yes.
high
Okay.
stool
Uh-huh.
with a back in my bathroom because my back will start hurting. And then I know
Yes.
it's weight. I can't. You know how the little hot girls with little high heels. I still buy high heels, but I will take them off in a second, and I take my
Yes.
backup shoes. That's weight. That's not even age. It's
it's
literal
weight.
weight.
It's weight.
But I guess weight.
Comes with the age, right?
Yeah.
Too. Okay.
But I mean, because
Yes.
I mean, I will say that there are some little 40-year-old women our age fit.
Very fit. You're right.
Fit.
Very fit. Which is why I want to get back into that.
Right.
Like,
But
I
I think
want to
that's
get
a
back.
mindset, not an age.
It is a mindset.
Okay, no, but for real. So you know that there's some women, let me tell you something. I'm trying to make sure we have some substance to this podcast. What's Lisa talking about? Lisa talking
Whatever.
about weight loss.
Yes.
No, but I do.
Because we all experience it.
There are
Don't do me.
people, and that's the thing. So I'm not like a gym. I ain't never been nobody who worked out. That's never
Yeah.
been me. I just been fine all by myself.
Yeah.
Like I would work out for like periods. If I knew I was
Mhm.
going somewhere, I might, make sure for the 2 weeks before I work out or whatever. But I've never just had any consistent workout regimen.
Wow.
I literally have excellent genes, right? Like that's just real.
Really?
Also as well.
Really?
His stomach though. But there are some people, and that's real, right?
Mhm.
Like I think I'm gonna have to have like a lifestyle change.
Yeah, I
as far as
agree.
like the way I eat, because for me, I don't see myself working out in my 70s, 80s, trying not to be.
Really?
Oh no, I don't see myself walking because I like the walking out. Like to me, that's like communion with God and stuff like that. Like I like to do that. But on the strength of like trying to be fit, unless like now if I go to the doctor and the doctor says, hey, you might want to do whatever, I'm gonna abide by something like that.
He probably is going to tell you
But
that.
as far as just like working out every day, I don't even want that to be my life.
Really?
Because you build that muscle up and then you take that break, and then because I know I'm gonna take a break, you take that break and then it's back on. Now maybe like I work every day, so maybe I'm viewing it from the lens of like a full-time. I own my own business. I still work every day.
Yeah.
So I'm a full-time attorney.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So viewing it from that lens, and then I'm a wife, and then I don't even want to say I have children because I don't have children after 10-4.
Yeah.
10-2. But like I'm busy.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if I stop working, maybe I have more free time. So maybe I am putting, an hour a day or whatever into the gym.
Yes.
So maybe I can't even think about what working out looks like. I do, and this is the age thing. I need to lower I eat a lot of sweets. That's my thing. That is my vice. And so I would like to, if we're gonna make this about like food and stuff and weight loss, I would like to stop eating as many sweets. And I keep saying it. I'm going to stop eating sweets. And then I stop for a week. And all it takes is one little taste, like an addict. One little piece of peppermint.
It's
and
an
I'm
addiction.
like, let me get a cake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't take
it's
much
an addiction.
for me.
Yes.
But I guess, that doesn't, like I said, even on the whole topic of like age though, Lise, honestly, it doesn't make me not want to age.
It doesn't make you not want to age.
The weight gain. I don't like the weight gain, so I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I'm okay with the weight gain because I'm not. But I attribute it more to my lack of investment in my own body.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
I agree.
But I've always had a lack of investment in my body because like I just said, like in my 20s, 30s, I wasn't working out. Yeah. Unless I had a trip, unless I was trying to be cute for something, then I was working out. But I've not had this super investment in being fine because I just was. So there's that.
And no, I agree with you. I definitely was fine in my 20s and 30s.
And now you're fine.
And I was not working out as much. I think more in my
But you did work out in your 20s and 30s, like at the gym?
No, I more so in middle school, high school. Okay. Like once I start having kids, I slow down. So that's my problem. Once I start having kids, I really start slowing down. Okay. But I feel like, different from you, I would want to incorporate some type of workout in my lifestyle because I'm getting older. But I'm busy too. Like I have no time, and that's the struggle for me because I don't have any time at all to even fit any type of workout in. But I'm not even trying to work out to like get muscle or maybe tone a little bit because like you said, like it's my stomach. It's the stomach area for me. Like I don't really care about nothing else. It's the stomach area for
that's
me.
The kids.
And it's the kids. It sure is. But then, like you said, there are fit women that are our age or even more that they don't have kids, but they don't have no meat on their bones.
Though, if I'm keeping it a stat,
I don't know.
I have seen they be fit and all of that, but
you got a little wrinkle in the stomach.
You have that little stomach. I mean, it don't look like this, but I've seen it where it's like kids gonna do it to you. I know.
Yeah, the kids definitely would do it to you.
Love the kids.
They would definitely
worth it. You guys are worth it.
It was the fourth one for me.
Yeah, but
it was the fourth one for me. But I want to be able to work that in my lifestyle. I feel like I need to work it in my lifestyle because I'm losing my cardio. I'm losing my cardio. I can't keep up with my kids nowadays. If I don't whoop my kids. But if I want, but we did. But if I wanted to whoop my kids and they running from me, I wouldn't be able to catch up to them.
Lisa,
because
what an example. What's an example?
Whatever or if I was running for my life. If I was running for my life, I would not last long. I'm telling you.
Who is chasing Lisa?
Who?
Who is chasing you?
Do you live in the world that we live in?
Ain't nobody chase me.
Ain't nobody chase me either. But you don't know what's liable to happen. People are fending for their lives out here. People are getting kidnapped. There's sex trafficking going on out here. You just don't know what's liable to happen. You got to be prepared for whatever. You got to be.
Sex trafficking is not a joke. Oh my God, you caught me up.
I'm sorry, I got you up. We did not mean that.
Sex trafficking.
And we are not old. Let my sister.
We are. Right. And if you have a charity that you want us to donate to, as far as sex trafficking is concerned, please contact us directly. We apologize. Sex trafficking. Why would you do that? Why? It's not a joke. Nobody is sex trafficking us. We are too old and too heavy.
Listen, you already said people think you're young.
Trying to lure us into a van.
Absolutely. Remember, what water are you drinking and how old are you? You're like 23, 28 years old.
Okay, so I know I said time out for real. Did you hear about the woman she was like a grown woman who enrolled herself in high school?
I heard about that.
Yes. And so I heard about it, don't know much about it other than she was grown and she enrolled herself in high school.
Yes.
But people were saying that was sex trafficking. That she may have been, because she was inviting people to come and hang out with her and stuff like that. And they thought it may have been sex trafficking. Anyway, this episode is taking a turn.
That's what we do sometimes.
Yes. No, but I think that sex trafficking is a very real thing. Real. I don't think we're going to get sex trafficked at our big ages.
But you say that, but in the beginning Lisa, of this, you just said people don't even know how old you really are.
Nobody thinks I'm 16. I'll say that.
I don't think that I don't know. I mean, is there really an age that's associated with it?
Yeah.
Really?
I think.
I don't know.
I mean, but I don't think
cute girl.
I don't think that I'm going to get sex trafficked. I think that.
I mean, nobody thinks that.
I mean, I think I do need to lose some weight, and I don't want to keep associating it with that. But but it's about like the age and the growing old, and I do see, like you see on social media, the men in my existence. But I will see some people who are older, and then. And I'm about to say something maybe controversial, but like doing what I perceive as like, you're too old for that. But do you think you're too old for anything? Do you think what do you think, what activity or display do you think someone is in a position where you should say you're too old for that?
Me personally, I don't think that anybody's too old for anything if they could do it. But I do know in society today, people get judged a lot. Like, for example, a 50-year-old woman twerking.
Yes, right? Or something like
Yes,
that.
yeah.
Or like where I was going to say, like,
Mhm.
do you think like certain people of certain ages shouldn't like wear provocative clothing? Should you,
That's a good
whatever?
one.
And so like they feel like, okay, you're in your
Mhm.
late 40s, like you trying to be no, like
Mhm.
if I let me tell you
Mhm.
something. Let me be very clear.
No, let's
I
be
want to be
clear.
very, very clear.
Mhm.
If my stomach was flat,
Mhm.
you would see that thing all the time.
I feel you on
Let
that.
me tell you something.
Mhm.
As old as I am now, everything would be a crop top, everything. I would be out here in a sports bra.
Don't let it be hot out there. Don't let it be hot. Don't let it be hot.
Bikini out.
Okay.
Look, now if I'm gonna wear a bikini, but it's gonna have
a shawl wrap,
cover up.
cover
They're
up.
not even a see-through one.
Mhm.
It's gonna be a coat almost. but I don't think. Let me say this. I like to be sexy.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
But I don't think that
Yes.
has to come with like shopping at like Rave. I'm aging myself for real. Rave, remember Rave and
She said rave.
you know what Rave is?
Yes, I definitely remember rave.
What's the other one they said when we were younger?
Forever 21 was still out with rave too, though, and it's still out to this day.
I don't remember
Forever
no Forever
21.
when I was young. I don't remember Forever
You
21.
don't? Yep. Rave.
But I do Rave.
Definitely rave. Rainbows was
Rainbow.
out then.
That's what I'm
Rainbow.
looking for. Rainbow. Like I think here's the thing. You can be, and this is what I don't like, and this is my business. Y'all can judge me if you want to. I am weirded out by seeing, women my age in like rainbow type stuff. I'd be like, look, they make sexy enough clothes. Go get you
You need to stop.
I'm serious.
Really?
I'd be like, oh my God, like go get you some nice stuff. But it's also, honestly, it's an elitist mentality if I'm being real with myself.
Yeah. Mhm.
Because I look at it as I can go and afford to buy like a Fendi crop top. And
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And that's going to have the same effect as the rave type thing. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like, please go buy some decent clothes. Do not go buy the $8 top.
Well, I would associate rave and places like Rainbow to be like a age category. I do. I associate it because I don't shop at those spots either. So I understand what you're saying.
Right.
And especially once you have money, though. Once you have money, then
and you can,
whatever.
You can be super sexy.
However you want to be. But I agree with you. I don't think it matters what age you are. If you still have a great, sexy, appealing body,
or you think so,
and you think so,
yeah, because I don't have no look.
I will throw me a 2-piece really quick. Really quick.
Me too, but like I said, it's gonna be covered up.
No cover up.
But I appreciate, even like I said, even about the bodies. Like I love to see women. I don't like
express themselves. I agree with you.
Yeah, I don't like cheap clothes, so that's gonna
that's
gonna throw me off. But I do like to see. I don't care what your body type is. You're just out here because I know that I'm self conscious, and we talked about this on whatever episode was like insecurities. Yeah, I'm self conscious about my stomach, and people laugh like, "Oh my girl, you ain't got no stomach. You ain't gonna see this thing out.
Really nice.
You ain't gonna see this thing out nowhere because it's going to be hidden at all times.
Yeah, until you feel like you tone it, right?
I can't tell you the last time I did a crunch. I can tell you the last time I ate a crunch, but I can't tell you the last time I did a crunch because I don't have that investment. I just want to be a better person, and I think that I honestly think that is what comes with age is learning and maturity and I'm a better friend now. Like I just, all jokes aside, and I don't think that working out and all that stuff is a joke, and or, any of that's a joke. But the reality of it is, I don't mind aging. I don't mind because to me it is just more knowledge. I did not feel like this in my 20s. Like in my 20s, of course, I felt like 40s was old and oh my goodness. But now that I'm this age, I'm like 40 is rocking me out. I'm not 40, I'm older than 40, but it's rocking me out. Like my desires are different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and so it's just like I am different. And the way I view the world is different. I am more tolerant. I am more knowledgeable. I just have a greater sense of peace too. I'm not in a rat race. Like, and my desire and love for God is greater. Like I've experienced him more. So, and maybe that too, maybe it is because I have found God in this process. Right. And so maybe if I did not and was living a very worldly life, I would feel like I need to go back to the days when I was younger and going to Mexico and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I still travel, but maybe I would feel like I needed to regain my youth because that was a fun time, right? And so some people do feel like once you get settled, you have kids, you know, you got a man, all that fun is gone. Yeah. So maybe I don't feel like that though. I'm having more fun than ever. Yeah. Like I'm planning a trip to Rome right now. Like I wasn't doing that at 20. I was broke at 20. Had my lights cut off. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't, and I have great friends now that I can depend on to be good people. And so not just people that I, you know, take a trip with and that I'm, you know, drinking with or whatever, but like people who are good people. And I can call up and say, hey, pray for me. Yes. Hey, you know, and I want to say in my 20s, I had people who could pray for me, but now at my age, I have people who can pray for me, who know how to pray the way I know how to pray and know God the way I know God, who if I call in an, you know, with experiencing any anxiety or uncertainty, they can lead me in prayer. And so, and I did not have that in my 20s, you know, and so I don't, if aging gets me closer to what I deem a perfect life, bring it on.
Bring it on.
Bring it. I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
I love it.
And so I wish that for people, because you can't recapture those years.
You cannot. You only have one life.
Right. And so, and you can't, and so there's no, but I do know, I'm shocked to hear that that's your struggle. I am shocked to hear that because you don't seem like you have, I mean, weight and all that, girl, please, we can talk about that all day. But as far as like the mental, oh my goodness, because what you said when we first started, I was taken aback. I'm like, this girl really have a serious problem with her age. I don't, and you celebrate yourself though.
I do.
Yeah, but that don't make it not be a problem.
I only have one life to live.
So it's not debilitating.
It's not, you know, I try to be positive in the situation, but internally I'm just like, oh my God, I'm behind the scenes. Right. And being full transparent.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
It is a struggle.
Yeah.
It's a struggle. But I agree with you too, because as you get older, you grow more wiser or even more patience. Because when I was younger, I played no games. 0 to 100 real quick.
Right.
Okay? Like really. And so getting older, I learning that everything shouldn't move you. You know?
That's good.
Yeah. You don't have to give your energy to everything and everybody. Everybody doesn't deserve your energy. You know? So as you get older, you start getting a little bit more patience and getting into a better mindset, and I've experienced that, you know.
And I wonder if it's because we have because look, I had all the time in the world at 21. Talk to him.
Okay.
Look, you want to jump back? I jump back
quick. Okay. Yes. We talked about this on our last season. Okay, what? You roll your eyes, I'm gonna roll my eyes 3 times. Okay.
Look, 21. I was
what?
I remember this girl. Speaking of 21, I will never forget this. I was 21. I had just had my son. He was 5 months old. At Jay, and I was in a TJ Maxx. Ooh, baby, to be. Ain't nothing wrong with TJ Maxx, Maxinistas. So I was in a TJ Maxx, and I was buying a bag, and I was married, and I was with my husband there, and I went to maybe spent $200. I was buying some things, maybe spent like $200. I was whatever. I don't know. So the girl was taking forever to ring everything up. It was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. So then she calls my check. I was writing checks back then. Lord, I'm old. So I was writing a check, and then she called the check in. I don't know if you remember that. Y'all,
yes.
Look, where you might have to call and make sure the money in. I ain't never had no check called in, because even then, like, I was good on top of my money, right? So I was like, what is she calling the check? And she was taking so long, I finally asked her, I was like, are you new? Which was, you're being
somewhat
insulting. Like, what are you trying to do? What you think will happen? So she was like, no, she rolled her eyes. Anyway, long story longer, she throws myself, the check goes through because I'm not an idiot. She throws my stuff in the bag, throws the receipt in the bag, throws the bag at me and say, better be glad the check went through. I tried to go across that counter. To go across that counter. I said, what you say? Girl, security, she's in my face, I'm in her face. So security guard trying to hold her back or whatever. And so then my husband and I had my 5-month-old little boy is like, get out of this store. He trying to pull me out the store. I am on fire.
Wow.
So then she, don't forget this. She says to my husband, and you know me. Ooh.
And you know, whoa,
I said, you
she
know
done made
her?
this
He was
personal
like,
now.
I do not know her. I do not know her. But what was so fun? But now, I want your job. Now, you throw it back at me and tell me you better be glad something went through. I will. Something similar to that, like in my 30s, I wouldn't try to fight. I just tell people like, I could buy you. Now I want your job. No, really, I don't even want your job now. Now I really do pray because I have had.
You gonna pray to
God. I had the girl at the Publix talking, being crazy about the bagging that time, and I didn't report her, nothing like that. I just prayed for her. But that's
Some
the
people
growth.
Need prayer. Yeah, that's
the growth. Because, but like again, before I'm ready to jump across a counter, because some girl said something slick to me.
Yeah.
You know, but now I'm just like, girl,
you don't even want to give that energy no more.
Right,
like,
and something I started, because why I had to ask that girl?
But what was something you started?
If she was new.
Hold yourself accountable a little bit.
Right, you know, and so now I wouldn't do anything like that, you know, and so, but all that said, like, it just goes back to more patience, and I'm a better, like, model of Christ now, right? And so, and I feel that, not that, Lisa, you and I both know that I will still pop off. Not to people.
You and I both.
But not even, like, I don't pop up on people like that for real, like, unless I'm in court.
You have to provoke. Like, it has to be a provocation.
And for real, like,
for real situation.
I had to tell a dude yesterday when he put his hand up in my face in court, I had to tell opposing counsel, don't you ever, on the record, don't you ever put your hand up at me again.
I know, that's right.
But as far as, I would have cussed him out at 25. I would have probably got disbarred or some type of sanction at 25. But now I'm just like, it's not worth it.
Yes, it's not
worth it. And I think that's too, it's the value of life and the value of my freedom. I know the consequence of just popping off.
Yeah.
So now I wouldn't change what I know in this age for anything. Yeah. I wouldn't change the experiences for anything. I don't mind aging. And I don't tell people my age a lot, because people ask me when they hear I have a 23-year-old son. Even, you know, on the podcast, but in real life, they are like, oh my God, or like, you know, they think I'm my son's girlfriends or whatever. I don't tell my age, and I don't know why. I'm not embarrassed of it.
Yeah.
I don't. So I wonder what that is. Look at me, self-reflector. Reflect.
It could be.
I don't know, because I'm super not embarrassed of my age.
Yeah, I get that a lot too, though. Honestly, when I'm out with Amaya, we could be going out, getting our nails done or something, getting our hair done, and we're just having casual conversation, and she might just hit me with the mom, and everybody look like,
Mom, I thought you were her sister. That's your mom.
Yeah, I thought you were her sister. Yeah, I definitely get that a lot. And
when they ask you for your age, do you give it?
I don't. If they ask, but I don't never voluntarily just give. I never voluntarily give. But if somebody asks, I'll let them know. I'll be like, how do you think I am?
All right.
It's never one point, but
if someone asks me directly, and it depends on how I'm feeling that day. Because sometimes I will give it, but sometimes I'll just like, it's a weird question.
Oh God. Because
it ain't none of your business. That's weird. Like, everybody knows not to ask a woman her age.
That's the same.
Right. But sometimes if I'm just feeling like whatever,
but you know, when they're asking you because they are like just fascinated.
They wonder if I had my children at 14.
Yeah.
I had to leave a comment when the dude was commenting about, whenever I'm saying I look so young in the clip, he was like, oh, you know, she's a disgrace to, he did. He said I was a disgrace because I must have had my kids real young. I smack you.
I didn't even catch that one.
I smack you. I was just like, well, I wasn't.
The haters. There are going to be some type of haters out there. Sorry.
I'm like, I wasn't a teen. No, don't apologize. I wasn't a teen pregnancy. Not that I don't support teen pregnancy, but I'm not vilifying anybody for that. You know what I'm saying? But like, no, like, I was an adult when I had my children, you know? And so, but that's what, sometimes I'll tell it just so, it's all about people.
Yeah, the energy.
You know, it's all about, you know, what happens, but I welcome it, and I don't want to say I'm saddened, but for people who do, because I know people who don't want to talk about age and don't want to age. I just didn't know you were one.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to me because I'm just like, what do you think you're missing? What do you think you're missing now that you're at this age, or whatever age you are? You know, maybe if you feel like you haven't accomplished things, because I think that's a thing too. Like if you're 45 and you're not where you thought you'd be, and so you want to go back, maybe that's what it is. I I am far beyond any place I thought I'd be at this age. Far beyond any place I thought I'd be.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I never pictured myself with a lot of money. I never did. Really? I didn't care, right? Because I grew up poor, so to live comfortable for me was okay, right? So to have attained the level of financial success that I've attained, baby, I'm gravy.
Yeah, I can see that. I can understand that
like
too.
I'm super good.
But I actually set a mark for me, I did. Yeah, I set a mark for me. I always said that at 35 that I wanted to be, rich or successful. So I didn't meet that mark.
Okay,
I didn't meet that mark.
You think that's part of the reason that you want to slow down time because you haven't reached where you want it to be?
Like I said, I just feel like if I had the things that I have now at a younger age, then it just would have given me more perseverance or just more time to.
You would have been there at 35.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah.
Yeah. No, and I think that is an issue when you think about people and they're like, oh my goodness, I'm getting so old. And it's just kind of like when you're not meeting it with open arms and meeting the next stage, it's like life has slipped away from me and I haven't done X, Y, and Z. And I'm looking at it like, God, you've been good to me.
And he has.
He has
Definitely
been,
so. Definitely so.
I could have never imagined that at this age, because I consider myself very young, I would have attained the level of success and peace and happiness that I've attained. I didn't.
Amen. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, God is faithful. He is absolutely faithful. And I think that's a good thing too. It's just like, but I don't know that I got here, would have been here without God. Because it was in those 2 years of, that we talked about season 1 when I was just on my sabbatical and seeking God and getting to know God. And that's where my faith grew. And that's where my direction grew, right? And that's when my life began to take the turn. And so it's just like without God, I don't know that it would be possible for me to feel the way that I feel, but I feel the way that I feel and I just keep pressing on. And I know that it only gets better from here because if God made it this good, baby,
alrighty.
I cannot.
That's true. Amen.
I'm planning my vacation.
Amen.
And I'm like, I'm going to Rome. I thought it was a big deal to go to California, go to New York. Because I didn't vacation. I went to, my parents did the best they could. I'm not saying that. I went to one thing, like you went all over the world. But I went to like Florida and South Carolina and Alabama. And I went to Disney World was my one big vacation when I was 13 years old. I haven't, but for
travel the world right now is what you're doing.
Yeah, and to be able for my 19-year-old daughter, she about to be 20, tell me she's going to Paris for her spring break, and me just say, okay, cool, here's the money.
For real,
like, but I didn't get here without God, and I didn't get God without this age. I just didn't. I have less outside influences now. At 20, you're very impressionable. Yeah. 20, 25, you're very impressionable. Absolutely. 45, you like, what did the Lord say though? I'm sorry. I hear y'all. 45 and grounded in Christ. Yes. Right? Yes. Like, because I knew God then before I took my little time away from God. I knew God, but I wasn't as grounded. So I was very impressionable. So there's just so many reasons that I am thankful, but it's so weird because, this is a Christian podcast. But it literally, for me, it goes back to the grace that God has given me in my life, and I cannot wait to experience more of it.
Yes, absolutely.
And I would not go back to, because what I was living in was a wilderness. And so I think about that, like I would not go back to 22, 25, any of that, because that was a wilderness. And so the only way I would go back is if I was able to do it in the promised land. That's what I feel like my life is right now. Like I'm literally living in the promised land.
I love that.
Anyway.
I love that.
So that's how I feel about age. So I'm praying for you.
Yes, and I love prayer.
Let me ask you this. Even at your age now, have you accomplished the goals you wanted to accomplish at 35?
No, not at 35. I've accomplished them at,
But I'm saying, but the ones that you had set for yourself at 35,
yes, absolutely.
So you've surpassed those.
Yes, I have surpassed that. Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes. So yeah, I'm living good.
Right, right. Okay.
I have no problems with the way I'm living, with the accomplishments that I've achieved. None of that. I think it's just more so me wear and tear.
Okay. Look,
I really just think it's wear and tear.
Look, we got the fit challenge going on.
Yes.
And so you're gonna work on that.
Yeah, but for me, I want it to be consistent. Whereas for you kind of just want to get in and get out.
Yes, I want to do it so that when I go to Rome and when I go to the beach in Rome, I don't have to wear a coat.
Okay, you can take that, not the coat. You can take that cover up off.
Yes, I've done all kind of things, girl. I've done laser lipo. Well, not all kind of things. I've only done laser lipo.
Yeah, laser lipo. And it's still, and I feel that way too. Like even with me doing lipo, like that stuff still come back. You still have to train.
It's a lifestyle change.
It's a lifestyle. You still got to put some work in. You got to put some work in.
I don't have it.
It has to be consistent.
I'm too old to be putting work in.
No, you're not. Oh, no, I shouldn't. The contradiction. You need to stop it.
All right, y'all. We should look. This it?
I think we're wrapping it up. We
appreciate y'all for joining us.
Yes,
look, the first real episode. And look, we say first. Look, we don't even know what order we gonna put these episodes.
We really do not. We don't know.
So we might be saying first. This might be the 15th. Look, and y'all like, why they saying first every episode? We gonna start every show off by saying the first episode of season 2, right? So if y'all see this episode 15, grant us some grace. We still trying to figure it out over here.
Yes, we are. Yes,
but we sure appreciate y'all for joining us. I am Crystal.
And I'm Elisa.
And we are That's Right, your favorite sister podcast. See y'all later.
Peace.